When you're in the ocean, you have to be at the top of your game. That means using various methods to ensure survival of the next generation, especially when you're the top predator. Orca, the ultimate hunter. Pelagonius Palencia Valdez is patrolled by a pod with hunt techniques so difficult, so dangerous. It takes years to learn how it's done. It's time that the young orcas will learn to adapt on their changing times. And so we help them become true hunters. The matriarch, we want to lead them because she's been through this before. A colony of sea lions on a beach. Sea lions are an orca's most common prey. They'll take the opportunity when they're in the water. For sea lions, venturing into deep water is dangerous. It's always best to remain shallow. The matriarch does not tend to share her kill. She's teaching them how to fetch their own food and to hunt for themselves. And that's what they'll be doing today. Swimming in shallow water is sea lions' best natural option to stay safe from top predators. It's a clearly perfect option. Well, almost. The matriarch is going to teach their family how to target them. Before an orca can begin catching its prey, it must first learn how to operate in shallow water. But the risk of stranding is very real. A 6-ton orca will quickly crush itself under its own weight. But they struggle to float themselves. The main shark is right by their side to help them back to sea. Trying to catch sea lions is definitely harder than it looks for the young. But the main shark has a plan. Turn away from the hunting beach. The main shark stops vocalizing. She listens. She waits till the prey's in prime position. Right in the surf. Too shallow to swim for safety. And too turbulent to see the pod coming. The main shark backs down, intending to see how her family handles this for themselves. When the orca tries managed to grab a sea lion, so has another. Until he managed to grab a hold of another one. The other two sea lions have to make it back to safely on the Patagonian beaches. Brutal, but necessary lesson for young orcas to learn. And those that didn't make it kill still have their fair share. These monster claws in predatory perfection are vital for the matriarch to pass on her skills. And later on, those skills will definitely be put to good use. It's not use intelligence to ensure survival of the next generation, but there are times when it comes at a high price. Here in Vancouver Island of Canada, one animal is well known for that. A giant Pacific octopus. A super efficient predator. It has intelligence, powerful camouflage, and specialized tools when it comes to hunting its prey. When you camouflage, your prey can't see you. She needs to eat about 20,000 calories a day. And there's a pretty good reason why. She's a mother with 100,000 eggs, each no bigger than a grain of rice. For 6 months, they were carefully tended by her. Her body is their fortress. She keeps the water moving to prevent algae from smothering her babies. Within each egg, a tiny replica of an almost impossible creature. 8 arms, 3 hearts, and blue blood. Eventually, they're going to be 250,000 times heavier and one of the most cunning predators in the ocean. But very few make it that far. It's time to leave the stage of the nursery. With one final exhalation from mom, the first baby is cast away into the ocean currents. You'll never see his mom again. And now now completely alone into the ocean currents at the mercy of the sea. When Chile goes up, it never become a major top predator in the sea if it survives. A year later, and his mother, a giant Pacific octopus, is now 4 years old. She is incredibly a true survivor, and now her three hearts beat for a purpose. She is doing one last act to give her young the best start in life. And in that time, she hasn't moved, leave her home, or eaten ever since. She just couldn't stay put. Meaning something special is definitely on the horizon. She does what she does the most, tending to her young on the eggs. Unaware that the mom had laid down her life for them, the giant octopus are ready to take on the world. And hopefully teach us more about this incredible animal family. A family of true sacrifice. Parenthood in the animal kingdom is not an easy task. You always have to be right on schedule and on task. Here in Costa Rica, one animal is exceptionally busy because it's one event in many years. These are olive ridley sea turtles. They swam a whole ocean to get here. To the beach where their lives began. Each year, they come out to nest and produce next generation of sea turtles. It's known as the Arabada or arrival. Over just a few days, millions of eggs will be buried here. This mom is one of the last to arrive. She heads to the back of the beach beyond the tide line. Where her clutch of 100 eggs will be safe away from the waves. With her babies all tucked in, it's time to leave. But her mission hasn't gone unnoticed. A hunter is stalking the sands. A jaguar. With his own forest home shrinking, he's been forced to hunt further afield. He's discovered there's food to be found on the beach. If Mom can reach the surf, she might just make it. Coming here, she's paid the ultimate sacrifice a mother can make. For the offspring she'll never meet. But in a matter of weeks, her story will be continued. Back in Hawaii, 6 weeks have passed. This humpback whale calf has fallen behind on annual migration to the Arctic. It struggled to grow strong enough and is now fighting for its life. Exhausted and weak, it has already been targeted by sharks. The more houses it serves to breathe, which takes its toll on her as well. This is now a huge test of the strength of their bond. But suddenly, the calf is alone. Its mother appears to have abandoned it, perhaps to save herself. Sharks move in. With sharks at the end of its tail, the end for this calf seems inevitable. But bursting from the deep, its mother is back. And she's brought help. A male. Although he's unlikely the calf's father, he does something to help it that has never been witnessed before. He blows a wall of bubbles, creating a protective screen around the calf. The sharks are held back, but not for long. The shark is soon showing the whales again. Time for a bolder strategy. The aggression the men was using against each other during the breeding season now appears to be aimed at the shark. As long as there is a chance of the calf surviving, the bond between mother and young remains extraordinarily strong. The compulsion of the young to survive and enough adults to attack, bones white, even against heavy odds. Under late sun, albatross will begin the courtship. Oh, 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 oh. One of us should have his best of lucks. Oh, 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 oh. But still got nothing. Oh, oh, oh. Because I'm trying now the last. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Finally, a response by a female. Less than hour charts from parabots that typically last for life. So, individuals like these usually last longer when the pair try to get to know each other. It involves barrel clacking, bowing, swaying, and especially honking. Once all that is done, a pair is connected. Both parents share incubation and feeding duties for about 5.5 months until the chick fledges. As the chick grows, the parents will leave for extended periods of time to find food. They may leave out to 70 days until they return. And when they do return, they feed the chick and regurgitated nutritious stomach oil and partially digested squid and fish. The machine grows, but it's part of the natural diet of the late albatross, and will how the chicks grow towards what we want to accomplish later in their lives. They do appear to make it to adulthood. 6 months have passed, and this latest albatross chick is on the brink of adulthood and learning to fly. He's been in flight and taken away from this Pacific tiny island and out to sea. But he's not quite ready yet. Learn to control a 2-minute wingspan in a gusty sea breeze takes practice. Many other fledglings have not been fed since their parents left more than a few weeks ago. To feed, they must leave too. Eventually, one of them takes to the wing. But maiden flight often proved to be a false start. Tiger sharks. They congregate here every year, precisely when albatross chicks fledge. If a shark doesn't strike exactly on target, a lucky albatross chick may escape. There can be few animals that have to face such danger at the very moment they leave home. It's a remarkable escape, but a water takeoff is a lot harder than on land. This albatross has left youth behind. It's now time for him to embark on the next chapter of his story. Ocean parents have shown the ability to thrive in environments that may seem impossible, but they have to continue to thrive for the next generation into the future. We humans must play a vital role if they are to survive forever and ever.